Before delving into the details of my report, let me extend a warmest greetings to all of you, especially to our dearest professor, Dr. Ricardo Bolyesor, and to my co-doctorants, mayong hapon kanatong tanan. In the following slides, we will traverse the landscape of the intricacies of the research and development. Let's take a moment to set the stage. Research and development are considered the heartbeat of innovations, propelling us towards a future where future possibilities are limitless and solutions are boundless. In this report, we embark on the journey through the corridors of discovery where curiosity meets creativity and where breakthroughs are born. Join me as we explore the forefront of research and development that lies ahead. By the way, I am Mr. Romeo Edusma, the principal of Faraon National High School. I am now the reporter for the title Research and Development. What is research and development? Research and development refers to the systematic process of investigating new ideas, concepts, or technologies with the aim of creating innovative product, process, or services, or improving existing ones. So R&D activities typically involve combinations of scientific, technological, and experimental methods aimed at advancing knowledge and driving innovations. So in the business context, research and development plays a critical role in driving competitiveness, fostering growth, and enhancing long-term sustainability. It enables companies ahead to stay ahead of the curve by developing new products or improving existing ones and exploring new markets or business opportunities. So what are the importance of research in higher education? The first is that there are three key elements that are driving force for the revolutions in higher education. So these elements are massifications, second one is diversification, and the third one is research. The first is massification, which defines the increased admittance worldwide to higher education for the masses. Higher education is now not just the preserve of the elite, but it's now both the right and the need for most people in developing countries. It is a need that comes from the bottom up. It cannot be controlled or mandated by government. So in the next 30 years, the key country that will make up half the global enrollment in the higher educations will be China, followed with India, and then the US pool is already almost saturated with about 75 to 80% of every age cohort entering the system for higher education. There are few implications of massification. First, there is now the divergence of higher education institutions. Not all institutions of higher education can be universities. Second is the greater diversity in the student populace. Thirdly, the dropout or the non-completion rates for higher educations are more significant than ever. The new norms is that a 4-year degree takes 5 to 6 years to complete. Then the fourth is massifications has lead to lower quality of higher educations in all countries where it has occurred. Although the standard of leading institutions has improved over the years. So many higher educations face challenges regarding financial constraints, faculty, and student diversity. Lastly, the growth of private education sector has meant that most of the students in higher educations study in private institutions that are lack quality educations and majorly profit-oriented. The second key element is diversifications. Diversification in terms of discipline taught in higher educations growing along with the development of activities in view of the future needs and society and humanity. Then the third area needs generations of newer knowledge to sustain the development activities of the society, which is the research. Research and development in tertiary education serve as a cornerstone for progress and innovations. With the academic realm, it encompasses a wide range array of activities that aim at advancing knowledge, enhancing teaching methodologies, and addressing societal challenges. So what are the goals of our research and development in tertiary educations? First is knowledge creations. One of the primary goals of the research and development is to push the boundaries of existing knowledge across various disciplines. Through research, academics seek to uncover new insights, theories, and methodologies that contribute to the advancement of human. Then, the second one is innovations and creativity, or innovations and technology. So research and development foster a culture of innovations and creativity within tertiary education institutions. It encourages scholars to think critically, explore new ideas, and develop novel solutions to complex problems. So these innovations mindset extend beyond research to encompasses many practices, curriculum development, and institutional change. Then the third one is teaching excellence. Research and development in tertiary educations leads or often leads to the development of a cutting-edge teaching methodologies and educational technologies. Research findings inform pedagogical approaches that enhance students' learning outcomes, promote critical thinking skills, and foster deeper understanding of the subject matter. The fourth one is the societal impact. Research and development endeavors in tertiary educations are frequently aligned with addressing pressing societal challenges. So, researchers usually collaborate with external stakeholders, including government agencies, industries, partners, and non-profit organizations to tackle issues such as public health, environmental sustainability, and social inequality and economic development. Then, the fifth one is knowledge transfer and commercializations. Research and development activities in tertiary education institutions facilitate the transfer of knowledge from academia to industry, government, and society at large. Through technology transfer offices, patents, spin-off companies, and other mechanisms, research outcomes are translated into real-world applications, driving economic growth and societal benefit. Then, the sixth one is global engagement or global collaborations. Research and development in tertiary education usually promotes international collaborations and engagement, enabling researchers to exchange ideas, share resources, and tackle global challenges collectively. Collaborative research projects, joint publications, and academic exchanges enrich the intellectual environment and contribute to the global advancement of the knowledge. Then the last one is policy and advocacy. So the research and development, or the results of the research, the data that was obtained will be the basis of the policy development or policy making and development. And also advocacy of the community at large. So, what are the frequently asked questions about research? First is, why is research important in higher educations? Ngano ko nang importante ang research sa higher educations? In the dynamic realm of higher education, research is instrumental in shaping policies and practices aimed at improving the quality of education and enriching the student experience by investigating various facets of pedagogy. Student engagement and institutional effectiveness, research provides invaluable insights that guide the decision-making process at the universities and colleges. For instance, it helps administrations identify effective strategies such as personalized mentoring programs and innovative teaching methodologies to enhance student retention and academic success. Furthermore, research drives the advancement of knowledge across disciplines and fostering intellectual progress, innovations with far-reaching implications and societal and society. Ultimately, research serves as cornerstone of higher education that empowering institutions to adapt, evolve, and contribute to the betterment of society through informed practices and advancement in knowledge. The second frequently asked question is, how is research funded in higher educations? So research in higher education receives funding from diverse sources, usually encompassing government grants, private foundations, and institutional funds, industry partnership, and collaborations with other academic institutions. So government grants often provides by agencies dedicated to scientific research or educations, support a wide range of research endeavors. Private foundations also contribute funding to specific research areas aligned with their philanthropic goals. Institutional funds allocated by universities and colleges support faculty research project and infrastructure development. So additionally, industry partnership offer financial support for research project with commercial applications, while collaborations with other academic institutions facilitate joint research initiative and resource sharing. So overall, no, this multifaceted funding landscape sustains the vitality of research in higher educations, enabling institutions to pursue innovations, knowledge creations, and societal impact. The third one is, how can research inform decision making in higher educations? Research in higher education serves as a guiding force for decision making by offering evidence-based insights that inform policies and practices aimed at improving student outcomes and enhancing the quality of education. So through the empirical investigations and data analysis, research identifies areas of need and opportunities for innovations, shedding light on effective strategies for addressing challenges and maximizing educational potential. Whether it's evaluating teaching methodologies, or assessing student support services, or analyzing institutional effectiveness, research provides informed decision-making that promotes continuous improvement and excellence in higher educations. So, what are the key takeaways? So, these are the key takeaways of the research and development. No? First is innovations. The primary research and development is the primary driver of innovations. So, it cannot be denied, leading to the creations of new product, processes, and services that improve lives through economic growth and address societal challenges. The second one is competitiveness. So companies that invest in R&D or research and development gain a competitive edge by staying ahead of market trends, anticipating customer needs, and developing cutting-edge technologies that differentiate their offerings from competitors. As you can see it in the market, no, there are, and every now and then the product changing, no, from time to time. Then the third one is long-term growth, no. Research and development is essential for fostering long-term growth and sustainability, enabling organizations to adapt to changing market conditions. It sees emerging opportunities and remains relevant in the face of disruptions. Then another one is knowledge creations. Knowledge creations creates or generates new ideas, insight and discoveries that contribute to the advancement of science and technologies and society as a whole. It expands the boundaries of human understanding and opens up a frontier of exploration. So then the fifth one is collaborations. And then another one is risk and uncertainty. And also the intellectual property. And there are also key takeaways, which is ethical considerations. So these ethical considerations are the paramount in research and development, including issues related to research integrity, the data privacy, safety, and the responsible use of emerging technology, upholding ethical standards and essentials to maintaining public trust and confidence in R&D activities. And in the last one is about the global impact. What are the types of research and development? The types of research and development first is, or there are several types of research and development that exist in the corporate world and within government. So the type used depends entirely on the entity undertaking it, and the results can differ. So the first one is the basic research. So what is basic research? Basic research aim at a fuller, more complete understanding of the fundamental aspect of concepts or phenomenon that this understanding is generally the first steps in the research and development. So these activities provides the basis of information without directed applications towards the product, policies, or operational practices. There are businesses, incubators, and accelerators where corporations invest in startups and provide funding assistance and guidance to the entrepreneurs in the hope that innovations will result that they use to their benefits. So M&As and partnerships are also forms of research and development as companies join forces to take advantage of other companies. Institutional knowledge and talent. So this phase involves fundamental scientific explorations aim at expanding their understanding underlying the principles or phenomenon. So it may be have immediate commercials applications but lays the grounded work for the future innovation. So one of the best example is the researches in the tertiary education. So that is what we call as a basic research. Then the second one is applied research. Applied research entails the activities used to gain knowledge with a specific goal in mind. So the activities may be to determine and develop products, policies, or operational processes. Well, basic research is time-consuming. Applied research is painstaking and more costly because it's detailed and complex nature. So one research and development model in the department staffed primarily by engineers who develop new products that a task that typically involves intensive research. There is no specific goal or applications in mind with this model. Instead, the research is done by the sake of research. No? Building upon the findings of the basic research, applied research focuses on developing practical solutions or technology to address specific challenges or needs. So it aims to bridge the gap between theory and the real-world application. So one of the best examples of applied research is the action research. Then the third one is the development research. In this type of research, researchers and engineers translate research finding into tangible product, processes, or services. Development activities may include prototyping, testing, and refinement to ensure that innovations meets quality standards and market requirements. So this model involves the department composed of industrial scientists or researchers, all of who are tasked with applied research in technical, scientific, or industrial field. This model facilitates the development of future product or the improvement of current product or operating procedures. So did you know that 42.7 billion US dollar of research and development cost later, the Amazon was granted 2,244 new patents in 2020. So their patents include advancement in artificial intelligence, machine learning, and cloud computing. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of the research and development? So when you talk about advantages, there are several key benefits to research and development. So it facilitates innovations, allowing companies to improve existing products and services by letting them develop new ones to bring to the market. So as I've said a while ago that uh, many of the product that we encounter in the market are usually, if we are going to compare that in the previous year, so there were changes, no much they develop new product that brings to the market demands. Another one is another advantages because of research also is a key component for innovation. So it requires greater degree or of skills from employees who take part. So this allows companies to expand their talent pool, which often comes with special skill sets. So these advantages now is a crucial component, or the research and development are a crucial component. Innovations and requires skilled employees to drive the process effectively. By investigating the research and development companies not only advance their innovations, capabilities, but also attract and retain talented individuals with specialized skill sets. So expanding their talents pool with employees possessing a diverse expertise and knowledge enhances the company capacity for innovation. So these skilled individuals being fresh, no, bring fresh perspective, create ideas and technical know-how, contributing to the success of the research and development project and the overall competitiveness of the company. So furthermore, no, by nurturing the culture of continuous learning and development within the organizations, companies can further enhance their research and development capabilities and fostering a dynamic and innovative work environment. Another advantages of research and development. Research and development not only benefit corporations and the economy as a whole. So by investing research and development, companies can produce better quality products and services, offering consumers a wider range of options to choose from. So this lead to enhanced consumer experience, increase satisfactions, and brand loyalty. So moreover, research and development drives product improvement as companies innovate new technology processes and products. So this increased productivity contributes to economic growth and fostering innovations, creating jobs and driving competitiveness in the market. So the benefits of research and development extend beyond individual corporations, positively impacting consumers and the broader economy by delivering better product and services, driving productivity and stimulating economic growth. Now, let's proceed to the disadvantages. One of the major drawbacks of the research and development is the cost. So, high price, no? The cost of research. There is a financial expense as it is requires a significant investment of cash upfront. So, this includes setting up a separate research and development, hiring talent, and the product services testing, among others. So, establishing and maintaining the department requires a significant upfront financial investment. So this includes expenses such as hiring skilled personnel, purchasing equipment, materials for testing, conducting research, and developing prototypes. Moreover, ongoing expenses such as salaries, facilities, maintenance, and research and development project funding add to the overall cost burden of the companies must allocate substantial financial resources to support their research and development effort, which can strain budget and impact profitability. And in the short term, despite the financial challenges, many companies recognize the long-term benefits of R&D investments such as innovations, competitiveness, and growth potential. So balancing the cost and benefits of R&D or research and development is essential for the companies to maximize returns on their investment and sustain their positions in the market. There's another disadvantages of research and development. Innovation is a process that requires time and effort from conceptions to productions to delivery. So it involves various stages such as research, development, testing, and refinement before the product or services is ready for market launch. So this timeline can vary depending on the complexity of the innovations, and the industry involved. So during this process, usually the companies must invest resources and expertise to ensure the quality, reliability, and market readiness of their offerings. Additionally, they need to navigate the regulatory requirements, supply chains, logistics, and other factors that can impact the timeline. So understanding and managing the time factor is crucial for the companies to effectively plan and execute their innovation strategies. So rushing the process can lead to compromised quality or market readiness, while careful planning and executions can result in successful product launches and sustain competitiveness in the market. So the best example, another one here, another disadvantages is one of the risks with research and development initiative is the time it takes to bring concepts to the market. Companies may face challenges of aligning their product and development timeline with rapidly changing market trends. So what they initially perceive as a promising product may face decreased demand or market saturations by time of the research. So this delay in market entry can result in a missed opportunities to reduce competitiveness. Companies must carefully manage their R&D process to ensure that the demands has been met in the timely manner. So additionally, stay attuned to the market trend and consumer preferences can help companies to navigate or mitigate the risk of launching products that are outdated or no longer relevant. So like one of the example, Ani, is the BlackBerry, So this is a cell phone company wherein if we are going to compare it to the other cell phone company, so their product is more on client satisfaction, focusing on the satisfactions of the client. Most of the product, cell phone product like the BlackBerry is not good or not useful in terms of the market satisfactions. So in comparison, there are pros and cons. So when it comes to the positive side, usually it facilitates innovations, improves a new product and services. It also expands knowledge, increase consumer choice and brand loyalty and economic driver. While on the negative aspect, it financial investment, monetary summary, takes time and shifting the market. So who spend the most of research and development? So Monisha, companies spend billions of dollars of research and development to produce newest, most after product according to the public company filings. The companies incur the highest research and development spending in the year 2020. So example ano is Amazon, they're spending 42.7 billion, the Alphabet spending 27.6 billion, the Huawei 22.0 billion, the Microsoft 19.3 billion, Apple 18.8 billion, Samsung 18.8 billion, and Facebook's 18.8 billion. So, or in other words, no, research and development, one of the disadvantages is cost, no, the cost, but it is also necessary. So, what types of activities can be found in the research and development? So, research and development activities focusing on innovations of new product and services in the company. Among the primary purpose of the R&D activities is for the company to remain competitive as it produces product that advance to elevate compete in a current product line. So one of the main objective of R&D is to ensure the company remains competitive and continuously enhancing each existing product line and introducing new offering, no? While research and development projects often operate in the longer term horizon, may yield immediate return. They can lead to significant benefits over time. So these benefits may include development of patents, trademark, or breakthrough discoveries that provide lasting advantages to the company. So by investing the research and development, companies position themselves to adapt the market changes, so meet evolving companies' needs and maintain the competitive edge their competitive industries. Again, no, as I've said a while ago, that most of the companies invested billions of pesos or dollars in order to improve their products and services. What is an example of research and development? So, gimension na ito na ko ganina, no? Example ani, in 2018, Alphabet, Google parent company, and Amazon allocated significant funds of research and development. So, with Alphabet, they are investing 16 billion annually, and Amazon investing even more. So, this investment have led to groundbreaking innovations such as Alphabet Waymo, self-driving cars, and Amazon advancement in the cloud computing and its cashless store. Amazon Go, moreover, R&D can also take a form of strategic initiatives like merger and acquisitions where companies acquire talent and intellectual property to gain competitive edge. So additionally, no, companies may invest in accelerators and incubators to foster innovations and leverage the development arising from the initiatives of the research and development. So why is research and development important? So nga naman ang important. Given the rapid rate of technological advancement, research and development are crucial for companies to maintain competitiveness in rapid evolving technological landscape. So that is one, no? In order to maintain the company to be able to compete for the rapid evolving technological advancement. So it enables the creations of unique products that are challenging for competitors to replicate, thereby establishing distinct market positions. So additionally, no, R&D effort are often results to enhance productivity, leading improved margins and competitive edge. Then, in conclusion, there are many things, no, companies can do in order to advance their industries and the overall market. So research and development is just one way they can set themselves apart from their competitions, no? It opens themselves or the potentials for innovations and increasing sales, no? But it does come with some drawbacks, no? The most obvious being financial cost and the time it takes to innovate. So research and development is a crucial avenue for companies to differentiate themselves in their industries and drive market advancement. So by investing research and development, companies can unlock innovations, no, leading to product improvement, new technologies, and ultimately increasing sales. However, there are drawbacks to consider, no? As I have mentioned, no? It requires significant financial investment and time consuming. Despite the challenges, the potential benefits in the in terms of market competitiveness and growth makes research and development valuable strategy for companies aiming to stay ahead in dynamic environment. So before I will end my presentation, allow me to explain to you these quotations by Albert Saint-Gyorier. That goes, research is to see what nobody else has seen and to think what nobody else has told. So this quote of Albert Saint-Gyorier encapsulates the essence of research quite eloquently. No? Let's break it down into two. Research is to see what everybody else has seen. Suggests that research involves observing and understanding existing knowledge, theories, and findings. It's about exploring the known landscape of particular subject or field. Then the second part, and to think what nobody else has thought. Highlight the innovations and creative aspect of research. It's not merely about regurgitating existing informations, but rather about generating new insights, ideas, and perspectives. So this involves critical thinking, analysis, and ability to connect seemingly disparate pieces of information in a novel ways. So in essence, research involves both building upon existing knowledge and pushing the boundaries of understanding by generating fresh perspective and ideas. So it emphasizes the importance of curiosity, originality, and creativity in the pursuit of knowledge and discovery. That would be all. Thank you. And once again, good afternoon. God bless everyone.